Hi and welcome to my channel. Now today's video is about cleaning your headphone sockets. I had a couple of questions come up in the past and I keep forgetting, and it's just going to be a quick video hopefully just to show you how to clean your headphone sockets. Well, I say I'm going to show you how to clean yours. This is the way I clean mine, and I think it's probably the safest way, and it still gives very good results. Now some people might use these kind of earwick things to clean down. I'm going to show you the reason I don't use it, but obviously you can, it's up to you. So anyway, let's get on with it. Let me show you how I actually clean mine. But first of all, let's just show you a couple of sockets. This is very tiny. I'm going to have to show you a picture of this actually close up. This is what you get, a 3.5mm. You'll probably get this in your phone, something like that, personal stereo. It may actually look bigger than your phone, and it probably is because it's got an outer bit on it, but basically it has to be a minimum, obviously a 3.5mm to get the jack in there. Now when you come to plug your jack in there, it actually makes contact inside. Maybe a bit awkward to see in this video as it's so small, but I'll try and put a picture up. So when you push your jack in there, it actually makes three contacts, one at the tip, one in the middle and one at the end to give you your stereo headphone. On some of them it actually cuts off the speaker inside as well. There'll be another piece of metal in there, another metal strip that would actually cut the speaker off. I'll show you a bit more about that on this one. It's a bit easier to see actually. So that's that kind of one there, a 3.5mm. So let's just come over and show you this 1/4" jack socket. Now your 1/4" jack socket in your amplifier, something like that, may be a similar one to this kind of shape, this kind of way of doing it. And you can see inside. Your one may have a bit of plastic over it all the way around, and you can't see anything inside at all. This is a different version. This is another one they use. On here, it's slightly different. You've got the contacts going across like so, but it's similar-ish. So when you push your jack in, hopefully you're going to see this. At the moment, these are down. These are short circuits, shall we say, making a circuit from that side all the way around there, again in the middle, and again at this end here. Now, once we put our jack in, you'll see them pop up, hopefully. Hopefully you've got that, they've popped up. So if I take it out, they should all close again. Back in, popped up. Hopefully you're getting that, and closed again. So basically what's happening with this jack socket here is the signal's coming from here, this side, and if it was taken out, it's coming from this side on each channel, so it's three there. Stereo is the earth, one channel and the other channel. It'll come in, go all the way around and continue. And that may continue to your speakers. So when the jack's out, your speakers are working. Once you push the jack in, the speakers disconnect from the circuit and goes through to the jack plug. It may not be the same on all of them. I mean, some amps, it won't have a circuit like this. This will still be wired up across the bottom here as well. So you plug your headphones in and the circuit's going to continue because it'll be shorted across the bottom or something like that. And if you get your phones are in or not, these speakers still work, it doesn't matter. But on some things, when you push your headphone in, the speakers cut out. So that's how that works there. So what I'm going to do is show you probably how not to clean it first of all. Going back to this 3.5mm. Some people, like I say, use these kind of earwig things, ear cleaners, and they just put a bit of contact cleaner alcohol on the end and they stuff it in there and they start pushing it around like so. So if you can imagine this was inside your phone, you may push it in too far and cause some damage. Probably not, but you could do. Another thing is this cotton wool at the end, in and out a few times, don't take long. These fibres will come off and get caught up inside here as well, or just one or two fibres would stop it making a good contact. So not a great way of doing it, I don't think anyway. Another thing wrong with this is you're not always pushing that in nice and straight. Sometimes you're pushing it into the side, and these here are like bits of metal that are kind of tensioned. So if you can imagine, there's the hole there. As you push in, this would be actually like tension towards that hole. So when you push your plug in, it's going to make a nice good contact. But doing this here with and wiggling it about all over the place and that, it's going to take a little bit of doing, but after time you're going to start pushing that contact aside for where it's supposed to be. So if I show it to you there, I'll take a picture there as well. It's make nice contact with the tip, this particular end here. But after that, ramming that in there, in and out, you can actually push that just a little bit. I've exaggerated it there. So now there is no contact at all. So you've actually made the cleaning of that socket worse. So we'll put that back to where it's supposed to be. I mean, that's okay if you can get inside your amplifier or your phone, etc. And you do that, you can get in there and push them back together. But that's okay, it's nothing to worry about. So what I do, I'm going to start off with a 3.5mm, just pretend this is your phone. So, well, actually, here's a phone here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my 3.5mm jack on my headphones I'm actually using. This is alcohol, even though it hasn't got it written on the thing. This is what I'm using here, alcohol. I've had to put it in this bottle because the spray thing don't work on that. So what I'm going to do is get a nice clean cloth like this, something like you do your glasses with. You may have one of these, and one of them little packets you put aside and you never ever use. This is the time to get it out, something you'll clean your glasses with. Give it a couple of sprays with the alcohol, good spray in there. Get your headphone socket, your little headphone jack, and give that a good clean to start off with. So wiggle it in there, in and like that, turning it round nice and tight, giving it a good, really pushing against it with your thumbs and that and your fingers, so it's nice and tight, and it's absolutely gleaming like that. So that's nice and clean. What we're going to do next is the same spray again. We're going to spray over this jack. So there you go, it's nicely sprayed, and all we're going to do is push it into our phone like so. So it's in nice and tight, and we're just going to wiggle it about as we pull it out. Just wiggle it about as we pull it out. We're going to go back to our cloth and we're going to clean it. Nice good clean. You may see some muck on there already, you may not. And we're going to do again, spray it back into our phone, all the way in, turning it all the way around like that, and putting it out a bit too fast there, putting it out slowly like so. And if you do that 2 or 3 times, clean it again, you'll be surprised the next time you actually come to use your phone, and that's usually cured that. Not unless it's in a really, really bad state. That'll work fine. So it's pretty much the same with your stereo. And if you was using obviously the big 1/4-inch jack, it'd be exactly the same. Long bottle. Just clean your jack first of all, so give it a spray. Give your jack a nice clean first of all. Obviously make sure you do it on a clean bit of cloth. Don't use the same bit of cloth you just cleaned it with a second ago. I'm just rushing here a bit. So that's nice and clean, nice and gleaming. A couple of sprays on that, so it's nice and wet. In it goes, and again just push it in, and as you're doing it just turn it and pull it out slightly like that, and do that, clean it again, and do that a couple of times. It's the kind of thing you can actually do with these adapters. If you've got one of these adapters, don't forget this goes in there like so. So give this a clean like so, give it a spray, and do exactly the same here. Push it in there and give it a little wiggle, and that's going to clean that contact between that adapter as well. So that's that done. So yeah, you can use alcohol there, or you can use this switch cleaner here. This is WD, this is special contact cleaner, and this leaves no residue as well. So rather than using the alcohol, you could use this cleaner as well. But I do prefer to use the alcohol because it evaporates nice and quickly and that. But there, it gives you a couple of examples of something you may be able to use to clean your sockets, and as you can see, they come up nice and gleaming as well. But that's the way I do it, like I say, because it stops bending any of these inside internal parts, and it also stops you ramming this in too far and leaving any bits of cotton wool, etc. left inside the unit. Okay, that's it. I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.